Welcome to Celebrity Numerology. My name is Yogi Akal, and today we're going to be looking at the cast of The View. 5 women plus Bill Geddie, the producer. And we'll look at the birthday of each one and see how they connect and see how you can connect to that information. The map of life of individuals and then a group. Let's start at the beginning. Barbara Walters. Barbara Walters is in a cycle right now of real inspiration. She started something new last year and is moving forward in a very balanced way. And I think that her premise in life really has to do with women. The idea of her, even at this stage of her life, learning more about women and the point of view of women and having a real international take on everything. And Barbara, you have more work to do, especially when it comes to international. You connect people to other parts of the world, and this has to happen. You can perhaps do that with the show or do that with other shows that you're working on. That is not done yet. Elisabeth Hasselbeck, this is a powerful time for you. This is a cycle of life where really everything is clicking. You've just gone through a difficult period. It's done, it's over, and now you have a fresh start. But I would encourage you while you're doing that to only think about inspiring. You may be used to create conflict, to be a fighter, but it's really not who you are. Your process in life is really to be exemplary. And I think the fact that you are taking on things that are physical, you do a lot of running, you've been being an example of people who are concerned with their health and doing things about it, this is good. And your job as a mom, I think more people can relate to this than anything else that you are doing in your life. You are actually an artist. You may not think of yourself that way, but that's really what you are. Sherri Shepherd. Sherri, you are, this is one of the most interesting numerologies I've looked at in a very long time. You have spent lifetimes as a teacher and as a communicator. And in this life, all you want to do is listen and be heard, listen and be heard, listen and be heard. And everything that happens in your life is all around those two things. The beauty of it is that the cycle you're in right now is creative. And I know you're trying to be super fertile and creative, and that is in the cards. That's going to happen. Joy Behar. It's in the numerology that there are 2 marriages. She recently got married, so it's right there. It's right in front of me in the numerology. Also a very creative time, and this is a good time for new business partnerships. It's a good time to make more money. And it's not necessarily in the field that you're in. You may be investing money, and that's a good thing for you to do. Your ability to stand out is very important, not just in your profession, but in how you present yourself. It's an important thing to do for you. Courage has been what you've been learning. Sherri, you've been learning more about the neutral mind. Elisabeth, you've been learning more about what it takes to sacrifice in your life. Barbara Walters has been learning to be a humanitarian, for which much more is demanded of you on that count. And now Whoopi Goldberg, the moderator of the panel of this cast of The View. This is someone who has been born really just to raise consciousness, to raise her own consciousness and to raise the consciousness of other people. And sometimes in the course of that, she stumbles and forgets and then goes right back to it. Stumbles and forgets and goes right back to it. You cannot knock this woman down. You can try, but she always stands right back up again. It's like those clowns that you can get for a kid and you hit them and they come right back up. The difference is that when she comes back up, she's shinier than she was before. And the difficult part of this era of her life is that over the next 5 years, she's going to feel ancient. And that sometimes feels good and sometimes not so good. And then 5 years from now, she's going to feel very free. And that's when her real work, believe it or not, her real work is going to begin. You haven't got started yet, Whoopi. Bill Geddie is the core of this program. That may seem obvious, he's the producer, but in the numerology, he is the reason for the show. He is the backbone of the show, and it's because of him that money is being made on this show. His personal life is a different story because it's difficult when you relate to somebody who has to filter information. And the people around him who are very close to him need to have an understanding of that. He filters information in a way different from other people. And if you don't understand that about him, it's difficult to connect. And if you do, and you're patient, the connection can resonate. Now, let's take a look at how they get along. I'm not looking at compatibility. It's none of my business how they get along behind the scenes. But what does this group do together? The majestic thing about the group is that there is a courage here in the group. There is a core sense of bravery that stands out. Not because they're women, not because it's a TV show, not because they're successful, but because this group, this particular group of people, has this in common. The idea that they can accomplish something together, not just in a show, but actually accomplish something that changes in the world. I think that, as Sherri makes some changes in her life, she may take a little time off and then come back again. But the whole process of this is more the women of the View are going to take a stand, and when they do, everybody will follow them. And this is an important thing for them to do. It hasn't happened yet. It may be in the realm of politics, but I doubt it. And this stand is so important that it will really help to change culture. And it's not, again, it has nothing to do with television, it has nothing to do with one individual star. It's the nature of this group and why they've come together. And the group is not yet complete. Other people are coming on board. Beautiful group, beautiful show, beautiful women, a man of integrity behind everything. Thanks for watching. This is Yogi Akal with Celebrity Numerology.